What's up guys, we'll be here with another video. Today I want to talk about all of my favorite accessories that I got in the last 1.5 or 2 years for my Steam Deck or Steam Deck OLED. So let's dig right in. So first of all, I want to talk about all the basics that I have on or attached to my Steam Deck OLED. And the first thing is a screen protector. And I got one from JSOX. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly. I always say JSOX. It's a glossy screen protector specifically made for the OLED because it has a bigger screen. And this one, since I put it on, I haven't really realized that it's on there. It comes with this a frame, this little frame that helps you aligning the screen protector when you put it on. So it's like bulletproof if you remove all the dust. And yeah, no scratch at all, but I take good care of my stuff, of course, but still want to protect it. So I put that on there. Highly recommend it. You can get any other brand, of course, but I took the whatever. Then the second one is the what is it called? Steam Grip Case SD for the Steam Deck from Skull and Co. Already made a video on that. I will link that here somewhere in the corners, whatever. And you can take a look at the video that I did on the grip case from Skull and Co. It has some pretty neat functions as it's made out of plastic, of course, but it's pretty flexible. And it has the structure on the sides and bigger bulges that come out. So it's a bit of a better fit for my hands, at least. And has all the cutouts for the cables and the SD card, etc., etc. And the best thing about it, it has this standing function. So you can just put it on your desk or put it on a flat surface and it will just stand. I use that a ton in desktop mode or when I want to, play with the controller or whatever. And yeah, so highly recommend that one. Also pretty cheap, like 17 euros or 20 euros, 20 USD, something like that. And also available in different colors for the ones who don't want to have black. I have black here on my Steam Deck. And the third accessory that I want to talk about is the stick caps. So you can put these little caps on your sticks, and they will give a bit more grip, and they can be concave or convex. Mine are convex, or they're protruding. I hope that's the right word. Outwards, and I got them because I wanted to protect my sticks. I know you can exchange them with Gully kit sticks or different sticks or replace them with original ones, but I just wanted to protect them like that and get a bit more grip. So that's the third one. Then let's talk about bags. So the Steam Deck comes with its original bag from Valve. I highly appreciate that. Not many brands or manufacturers do that. And it's actually quite high quality bag that you get with the Steam Deck. And I like that very much, but since I have my grip case from Skull & Co on there and the stick caps, it's a bit tight in there, so I don't want to put it in there for too long when I transport it. And there is another bag from Joyhood. It's almost like the TomTalk one, but mine is from Joyhood. I think it's a bit cheaper even. And this one has a bit more room for your Steam Deck with accessories. So it's specifically made a bit bigger. So your Steam Deck with accessories fits in there. So that's the one I got. Joyhood, it's also like a slimmer case. So it's not only, the original bag also has quite a big footprint. And this one is a bit more slimmer, just like the TomTalk. Then let's talk about storage. So I have the 512 gigabyte version. So it came with 512 gigabytes of storage with the NVMe SSD internally. And so this is the version with the glossy screen that I have. And I knew that I needed more space because I have quite the collection of Steam games, and I knew I wanted to put on more games for emulation, GameCube games, PS2 games. So that takes quite a lot of space, and that's why I decided first of all to get an SD card. I got one of the SanDisk Extreme Pro ones. 1 terabyte is mine SD card. And in terms of speed, I don't see any difference in terms of loading times or installing times, stuff like that. So no difference to the SSD. The SSD I also swapped. I put in a 2 TB SSD. So this is a whole kit you can get from iFixit, and those are the guys that give you all the guides for, swapping parts and swapping the SSD, for example. So you get a guide for that, and you get all the products. They're mostly original products at iFixit. They're partnered with Valve, and I got the 2 TB SSD and an iFixit kit. So I didn't have, the screwdriver, etc. I just wanted to get a kit. So a separate kit I have here under my desk. I can always, go back to when I have to open up the Steam Deck, etc. So I got this together because I wanted to get everything out of one place, and I kind of wanted to support them. But you can, of course, get any SSD, NVMe SSD in the correct form factor. Those are the shorter ones. You have to take a good look at them. And of course, you can use other screwdrivers, of course. So, but that's what I got, and I'm totally fine with it. I'm happy with the 2 TB. I'm happy with the 1 TB SD card, and maybe I will even get a bigger SD card, 1.5 TB, already out for okay prices. And we have the headphones that I'm using. I sometimes play with the speakers, with the built-in ones. They're quite loud and actually quite good, I have to say. So that's a good option. But if you want to, immerse yourself a bit more, uh, I would get some proper headphones. So I first was using my Beyerdynamic DT990 Pro whatever headphones, and the wire or cord was getting on my nerves. So I also had AirPods Pro for my iPhone, and I have the second generation even, so they're quite good. And I finally realized that I could just connect my Steam Deck and my Switch as well to the Bluetooth headsets, and they have voice cancellation as well. And that's a really good way to immerse yourself, when there's stuff going on around you, and my girlfriend is watching TV and the TV is loud. I can just, cut that all off, still play on the couch or in bed or whatever. And they have really good sound. I'm sure there are other brands by now that have almost the same quality of noise cancellation even, or close to it, and good sound quality like Bose ones, or even whatever, maybe even Beyerdynamic has ones. I'm not sure, but I use the AirPods Pro, second generation. Totally happy with it, and also no cord, no wire. Very important to me, so that's why I use those. In terms of controllers, I have many controllers here because I play with all of my consoles on a regular basis. So I have the PS5 controller, two of them. I have a Series X controller. I have a Switch Pro controller, two of them. And I like to use all of them with the Steam Deck. They're connected quite easily and quickly with the Steam Deck via Bluetooth, and it's a good way, if you don't want to play handheld all the time, you can just, use your Skull and Co. grip case, put it on the desk, and just play with your controller like that. And in dock mode, of course, you need a controller. I don't do it as much, but when I use a controller, it's one of these. Mostly, I would say it's the Series X controller because it's more like a PC layout. Lots of PC players play with Xbox controllers, and I like that one very much too. Of course, with the Steam Deck, the PS5 controller doesn't have all these functions that it has with the PS5. The adaptive triggers, etc. So I mostly play with the Series X one. Let's talk about desktop mode peripherals. That's what I'm calling this point. When I was playing around with the desktop mode and I was doing stuff in there, I quickly realized that I needed some peripherals because, it's all fine with the trackpads. You can control the mouse with the trackpads, and you get along like that, but it's much quicker when you go and just connect a keyboard and a mouse. And because I'm using like Logitech products with my PC and my Mac, and I have these wireless products, I have the MX keys, that's what I'm having here, and the MX Master 3S wireless mouse. They both have different channels. So like 3 channels, you can connect 3 devices at the same time. You can then, with a button push, switch between them. And that's what I'm doing with my Steam Deck when I have to do something in desktop mode. And, installing all these emulators and folder structures and creating new files and stuff like that, it's much easier with that. So I highly recommend these 2 products, but of course, you can plug in different keyboards, different mice, also with cord or wireless, whatever you want to do. This I just don't want to deal with that anymore with all of my devices. And especially this keyboard here is quite big. So there are some smaller keyboards, wireless keyboards out there that I saw some on Reddit that people are using. So that's if you want something smaller, then there's also an option for that. Let's talk about docking stations or USB-C hubs. I had the original Steam docking station for the Steam Deck, but I don't know. I didn't really like it. I had some problems with different resolutions, and the resolutions were not correct. And sometimes my Steam Deck, it was turning off its screen, which is normal when you connect it to a dongle or an HDMI source or the dock. But the display didn't turn back on when I unplugged it, for example. So lots of stuff like that. I sent it back because I'm not playing in dock mode that much, anyways. I mostly play in handheld mode, but I still wanted to have a an option to connect an HDMI source for whenever. I just wanted to have the option, or connect an SSD or a mouse or a USB receiver or whatever. So I got one of these little cheap dongles from Amazon. They're quite a lot on Amazon, so just get one with good reviews, one which is not that expensive, and you should be fine if you don't want to get a dock like I do. Now to the chargers. I have a lot of chargers actually. I have the one from my LCD deck that was a shorter cord, and the OLED got a longer one, so I have that one as well. And I also got one from JSOX, and it's also with a longer cord. And I placed them all around the house in spots where could sit down comfortably and just play my games, and where I would have also a good wireless connection, so I could stream my games from my PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. And that's how I placed all of my chargers. I also had 2 Switch chargers, which of course I'm charging my Switch OLED with, and I have a Switch Lite, which I hardly ever use. And I placed them, next to the bed, so I can also charge the Switch. And the Steam Deck also works with the Steam Deck. But you can get, with a certain wattage, you can get many different chargers for the Steam Deck. You can use different ones. So, but I recommend getting more, so you don't always have to unplug, or I don't always want to unplug the only charger that I have when I go on a trip or visiting my parents or something. So I want to have one that I always have in the bag, and the other ones just stay here in their little spots, so I can play and charge whenever I want. And of course, there are some items that I don't have yet, but I might get in the future. The first one is one of those 8-bit do, whatever you pronounce it, like controllers. And they have some in their repertoire that kind of fit more to the scheme of being able to play retro games comfortably with a D-pad, a proper D-pad, and they have different layouts. And maybe I will look into getting one of those because they also look cool, I have to say. We'll have to see in the future. So that's one thing. The other thing is a battery pack, you know, a big battery pack. Some people even put it on the back of their Steam Deck, so they have more, you know, longer power with the Steam Deck, can play for long times when they're on the go. That's something that I haven't needed so far because I'm, you know, working from home, and I'm not going on huge trips usually, or you know, I'm mostly at home. And when we plan a big vacation or we have a vacation coming with long flights or so, I might look into that one. And the third one is rather a vanity item, and that's I love these Skull and Co grip cases. People will want to say maybe in the future, hey, this guy was totally sponsored by them. No, I'm not, of course. But they have cool different colors. They also have this like military style olive green and a galactic purple. Galactic purple? It's a cool purple. I love purple. I don't know why. So maybe I want to get one of those or both in the future. So my Steam Deck has different looks. And those were all of my favorite accessories for the Steam Deck OLED. I hope you got something out of this. I hope I could inspire you in terms of your next purchase. And if you have anything that I didn't mention that you just want to tell me, or other people, you know, in the comments, just write me there. And I always want to learn about new accessories for the Steam Deck because I love this machine so much. And yeah, so that's appreciated. And of course, it's appreciated by me. If you guys, you know, if you like this video, you would write a comment, leave a like, leave a sub, and totally appreciated by me. And, you know, I have a lot of fun making these videos. And it's even more fun when I get feedback from you guys, and you guys get something out of this as well. So I hope you did that, and I hope to see you in the next one as well. And until then, cheers and bye bye.